What's up, everybody? Just want to come on and give a little message. As my thoughts are, I tend to kind of get a little thought on my drive to work, and I kind of thought about the concept of emotions. And it's not necessarily a concept; it's I don't know how exactly you word it, a feeling, but a feeling is defined as an emotion. But the point I'm making is we get to the point where we have a tendency to be hard on our fellow men in regards to the concept of emotions. And when you think about it, emotions are very healthy. Emotions motivate you to do things, and often more so than often say things. But emotions serve a purpose. The important thing to remember about emotions, and this is something that once again I must acknowledge the code, because this is where I got it from, Neely Fuller. He said emotions are fine as long as you run them through the element of logic. Logic pretty much separates the emotional aspect, the feeling aspect, from the fact aspect of a situation. And that's why it's important to avoid making a lot of statements. And when you have and most of the times when you make a statement, you've made an assertion about something, and you're commenting on that particular thing that you perceive. A way that to avoid making statements is to ask a question about what you believe that you see. And and that way you'll be able to ascertain from, I guess, whoever's competent enough to tell you what exactly you are looking at, and you may very well be correct. That's why a lot of times it's proper to not just necessarily to go out and say that any random white person is a white supremacist. You suspect them to be a white supremacist until they actually do something that will fit the confines and definitions of white supremacy. And at that point, you can pretty much remove all suspicion. So, going back to emotions, emotions, I think probably some of the biggest changes, transformations I made in my life were pretty much rooted in emotion. And sometimes, like I say, you run the emotion through the concept that is known as logic. And I look back at some of them, and sometimes I made decisions based on emotion that couldn't possibly have been ran through the frame of logic. So, one thing you do, you should be able to think. Whenever you get a feel, I mean, sometimes this is difficult, and it probably takes a whole lot of practice. It does take a whole lot of practice because it's something that I practice doing. When you catch a feeling, basically, when you catch a feeling, don't just instantaneously have an outburst and be reactionary. What you want to do is investigate and see whatever evidence you may find. Ask whatever necessary questions you may need to ask to whomever you need to ask them to. Whenever you're in a situation where you have to fear. Like, let's just say, for example, you might be in a situation where the sheriff is loading all your prized possessions and personal possessions onto your lawn as an eviction, and you have no idea where you're about to go. So pretty much you have to make decisions in the state of fear, but they have to be logical and rational decisions. So in situations, just like in situations like that, whether it might be a situation where somebody you feel disrespected by someone that's at your job or whatever, it wouldn't be feasible for you to just go and cuss them out at full volume at your place of employment. But I believe I'm rambling on a bit. Whomever comes to visit my YouTube, whoever comes to my Facebook page, I appreciate it. I'm trying to get it pumping. Well, I'm getting it pumped up on Instagram. You know, I put my stuff on the IGTV, and hopefully it circulates. But I kind of feel as if, and there again, it's going through feelings. I kind of feel as if, I'm being silenced a bit. And I guess it's, you got these situations going on with this virus, and the current situation with Afghanistan. The internet is pretty hot right now. Um, that what they're going to use that Patriot Act and that NDAA, whatever, what have you. So you better watch your mouth. Don't speak from your feelings. Watch the statements. But yeah, I just, like I say, I feel as if I'm being silenced. Even if I post now, as if I post a silly post, I don't get the reactions. I've had my Real Beauty of Black Relationships page for like almost 10 years, maybe over 10 years, and stuck at 38,000. I've been at 38,000 since the Trump and Hillary election, and it's like when they were going after the black woke sites. But I say all this to say I was my emotion today was kind of a bit of disappointment, because I'm doing my best to get better at communicating to you all through this medium, and that in this and the enthusiasm comes with the reaction. I mean, that's just me. I guess you don't want to feel like you're doing something and not being acknowledged for it. But nevertheless, what time is it? Yeah, my time is getting short. Yeah, I got my print shirt on today. How could you just leave me standing? Alone in the world, it's so cold. I don't know if you can see this shit. Like I said, I got my phone backwards. But yeah, I know y'all hear me though. Happy Wednesday? Yes, I get paid tonight. Happy Wednesday. I should get paid all the time. We need multiple sources of income over here. Yeah. Run your emotions through the frame of logic. Avoid making statements. Always ask questions about things that you may find concern or perceive as something that you may find agreeable, and most of the time disagreeable. Peace and love.